What's up everyone, this is FP Sticks bringing you some more Go Battle League battles here in the Great League, and in today's video we're going to be running a team featuring Shadow GLISCOR. I just recently built this Pokemon because I actually ended up getting a shiny Shadow Gligar, and I was able to evolve it and turn it into a GLISCOR. GLISCOR, after the wing attack buff, definitely has more play in the meta. Pretty solid matchup against Bastiodon and G-Fisk, as well as having good matchups against the fighters. However, it is very glassy, and so you can see on my team here, once again, whenever I run a Pokemon that's fairly spicy and really glassy, I like to pair it with two other Pokemon that have a lot of bulk and don't typically need to use shields. So I'm pairing this with Azumarill and Walrein in the back there. GLISCOR really struggles against like a Swampert, and so that's why I included two water types in the back that have play against Swampert. This team is a little bit scary against a Trevenant, but GLISCOR is able to hit for super effective with the wing attack and Night Slash, and Walrein can hit super effective as well. But Trevenant still does have some play against this team. I am running Play Rough and Hydro Pump on my Azumarill. I think Play Rough is pretty much always required for the mirror, and then I chose to go with Hydro Pump to have play against G-Fisk or Reggie or Bastiodon. So I'm going to swap into my GLISCOR here, and the opponent concedes the match. Good game. GLISCOR into Deoxys defense, so you do have the Night Slash damage to hit for super effective. This team is a little bit weak to ice types, as you can tell here. I have to bring out my Azumarill onto this Walrein here. I do correctly shield up the Earthquake, but this is again where having Play Rough is really necessary for these opposing ice types. Now I can safely get hit by an Earthquake, no problem. I just need to guarantee that I can land another Play Rough on this. And even at this health range, potentially one Night Slash plus some wing attacks would be able to handle the Walrein anyways. They let it go and bring out Deoxys. It's very difficult for them to farm me down, but they will get to a lot of energy here. That's totally fine by me. I'm going straight for the nuke, anticipating that they wouldn't shield it. They have to pretty much Thunderbolt me to get rid of me here, and they do go for that, but they most likely will have a Psycho Boost for my GLISCOR as well. Now, I end up no shielding this. I know it does a decent chunk of damage. In the back is a G-Fisk, and this is kind of an awkward scenario because I'm down a shield. So I kind of have to force them to burn both their shields and then be able to reach an Earthquake with my Walrein. But it's going to be really tough here. I actually end up banking all that energy and then swapping. This is arguably a misplay because they have so much energy loaded already on their G-Fisk. So I just go for an Icicle Spear here, which they no shield, recognizing that it was just an Icicle Spear. But my opponent is playing absolutely perfectly with their energy management. I go for the Night Slash here, but all they can do is safely shield this and reach a Rock Slide. They actually even end up no shielding that because they're going to be able to get to a Psycho Boost on their Deoxys anyways. So they do go for the Rock Slide here. Really well played by my opponent there. GLISCOR down a shield does struggle against that G-Fisk there. It becomes a bait-dependent matchup. Walrein in the lead. This is terrible. I'm going to go into Azumarill, and it's met with a Trevenant. Because we're not running Ice Beam, this is obviously pretty scary here. But hopefully I can get a shield in this matchup. Gonna throw the Play Rough. This might be the game where I stupidly overfarm. I do get a shield there. And I end up no shielding this. And it's just enough damage to take me out. So their Walrein in the back is really going to be a problem. I end up totally letting this go. Hoping that my Walrein will have play against whatever they have in the back. And they ended up just going for a Seed Bomb, thank goodness. But I need to swap immediately. There comes their Walrein, and out comes their Sableye. So I don't know where they're going to spend a shield, which puts me in a tough position here. Because at this health range, they could just save their shield for Walrein. And that's what they end up doing. I am stupidly throwing on the CMP tie here. Definitely a misplay on my part. And now there's pretty much nothing I can do here because they're just going to save their shield for Walrein. I would have to reach. There's just no way I'm going to be able to get enough energy to reach 2 earthquakes. So I concede the match there. Well played to them and definitely misplays on my part. This GLISCOR is not picking up any leads in this video so far. But I'm able to catch a weather ball onto my Azumarill here. Gonna have to try to wiggle around in this scenario. They end up bringing in their own Azumarill. That's totally fine. This again is why running play rough is so important for this mirror matchup here. So I'm gonna throw the play rough. My Azumarill is like a rank 3 or something. It's pretty highly ranked and it is XL, as you can see. But sometimes I end up winning the CMP tie depending on the IVs of my opponent's Azu, and it looks like I do end up winning the CMP tie in this matchup. I really want to be able to get another play rough off, but they are going to throw their energy here. That's fine. My only hope is that I can bring in my Walrein and farm up a lot here. So I know they still have that Politoed. I can safely shield this play rough and try to build to 100 energy here. But they're going to switch out into their Politoed. They do not want that farm down to happen. Now, if I could catch an Earthquake on my GLISCOR, that would be a pretty nice play. But if I fail and get hit by a barrage of Weather Balls, that's really bad. They're just going for a Weather Ball bait here, which is kind of strange. I wonder if they don't have Earthquake. I'm able to reach another Earthquake, and they end up double shielding. I now really need to reach an Earthquake on my GLISCOR to get rid of this Politoed here. Able to win the CMP tie. This Earthquake should be able to knock it out. Hopefully that Azumarill will not get to another charge move. It's an Altaria in the back. I need to throw these Night Slashes as soon as possible to start potentially ramping up my attack if I get a boost. No boost on that first Night Slash. They tried to catch on their Azumarill, but I anticipated it. Able to farm all the way down. I have 2 Night Slashes banked here. Gonna throw the first one and try to get the second one off. Able to get this Night Slash off. If they try to farm me down, I'll get to another move. But I'm able to get to another Night Slash here. They had to farm me down in order to get a charge move off on my Walrein. And we're able to take that game, despite GLISCOR having like no play against that team. Okay, Galarian Weezing. This is a very spicy pick. Running Fairy Wind as the fast move, generating energy very quickly. This Overheat would do a lot of damage. I will shield it up. And then they end up switching into some sort of a normal type. I go straight for the nuke here, and it lands on the double. And I'm just going to go straight for a Night Slash here and see what they want to do if they're going to sack their double. I know double does get access to Wild Charge, but I bring in my Azumarill here. It's a non-stab Wild Charge, so I know I can tank it. And they just go for Body Slam. So they must be running Payback potentially as their second move. I can easily absorb that damage. If they bring out the Galarian Weezing again, I can... Okay, they go for bringing out the Tapu Fini. I am worried that they might try to catch a play rough on their Galarian Weezing, though. That would be resisted. But the play rough damage really chunks this Tapu Fini here. I might barely survive a Moonblast. No, it's just enough to take me out. That's totally fine. Gonna bring in my Walrein and farm up a bunch of energy here. I can safely shield this up. Overheat will hit for neutral damage, and Moonblast is definitely getting a hit for more damage. So I am really farming up here. Going to throw the Icicle Spear. Hopefully it's just enough damage to knock it out. Out comes the Galarian Weezing. I know Icicle Spear hits for neutral, and Earthquake obviously would hit for super effective. I get the final shield, and then I catch an Overheat on my GLISCOR here. That is enough to knock it out, and I can safely reach this Earthquake and get rid of this Galarian Weezing. Really spicy team from my opponent. Well played. Good game there. GLISCOR into Lantern. If it's Water Gun, this is terrible. So this team is insanely weak to Water Gun Lantern. So the way that I'm going to handle this is going to Azumarill. Walrein does technically handle Water Gun Lantern as long as you don't get baited. But I'm just going to start chunking with this play rough damage here and hope that somehow GLISCOR might have some play in the back. But we're able to get 2 play roughs off on this Lantern, which is really good. They end up shielding that move, which is pretty awkward for us. I can't shield this. They're definitely just going to go straight surf. But my wing attacks are resisted, so I need to go in with the Walrein here. And I once again am going to farm up as much as possible and hope that my GLISCOR will have play in the back. Farming up a lot here, then I'm going to queue up the Earthquake, see what they want to do. They let the Lantern go. What are they going to bring in here? They end up bringing in a Frostlass. Man, where is GLISCOR supposed to go against this team? But I immediately kind of thought that, okay, maybe it's Noctowl in the back and we do potentially have some play. They tried to catch my Earthquake on their Noctowl, but I anticipated it. But my GLISCOR is still really going to struggle here. Where is my GLISCOR supposed to go? I have to set myself up for a scenario where I can bank an Earthquake on my Walrein here and then try to farm down with GLISCOR to burn their final shield. Luckily, their shield is gone, so I'm going to bring out the GLISCOR here. I don't want to give Frostlass a lot of farm, though, because it will win the CMP tie. So farming up a bunch here, going to throw the Night Slash to knock it out. I do have another Night Slash stored. If I boosted here, that'd be really great for me. But that Frostlass is so healthy. Going to throw the Night Slash. And now hopefully they don't have enough energy. I'm at the Earthquake. And I'm able to get the Earthquake and take this game despite being stuck against the Water Gun Lantern in the lead. That felt really good. Okay, Trevenant in the lead. We're really glad that we see this here, but we do have Walrein for this as well. They go into a Spark Lantern. Okay, that's fine. But Surf is going to do a lot of damage. Check this out. That puts me in the red. I'm going to go for a Night Slash bait here and see what they want to do. I do end up getting a shield. And we CMP tie on this move here. I'm going to go for the Earthquake. They end up double shielding. That is so annoying. I have to let this go because otherwise I'm going to get sparked down though. So once again, going to have to bring out the Walrein, and Walrein is going to have to hard carry in this late game here. If they catch an Earthquake on Trevenant, that's really, really bad for me. And that's exactly what they tried to do. But I anticipated it. Going to throw an Icicle Spear here. And farm a little bit more and then throw another one. I need to get rid of this Lantern. Lantern has a lot of energy. It's easily going to be able to reach a Thunderbolt. I'm at the Earthquake. So I need to throw this immediately and get rid of this. They still could not catch. They were switch locked. And they did bait me with Surf, which is a nice play. In the back is a Noctowl. And we are looking good. Gonna throw this Icicle Spear and then a full health Azumarill. Even not running Ice Beam can easily hang with this Noctowl, no problem. And gonna be able to take this game. So many Lanterns I saw in these battles, which makes sense because Lantern is definitely solid in the meta right now. Okay, here's the G-Fisk in the 2 shield scenario. I believe I can go straight for the Earthquake here. But it's always terrible if they catch an Earthquake on a flyer, like a Noctowl or something like that. So you see me pausing in between these charge moves to make sure that they don't catch. I tried to catch a Rock Slide on my Azumarill. That was a huge fail. I still have a shield advantage. They're going to bring out the Trevenant. Another scenario where having Ice Beam would be nice here. But it's always difficult to decide what moveset you want to run on your Azumarill. They end up no shielding. And this was a CMP tie. So I end up shielding and because I want to see where they want to spend their shields. They end up letting that go. That's okay. They have their G-Fisk still. They have to commit pretty much an Earthquake to knock me out. So they will burn a lot of energy. If they Rock Slide me here, I will survive and potentially get to a move. So they do go for the Earthquake. Nice play. What is in the back though? I anticipate it might be a Pelipper. So I end up bringing in my GLISCOR here. If they end up catching on a Pelipper, that's so bad for me. Or some sort of other flyer. They tried to catch on the Noctowl. My opponents are playing very, very well. They're playing to their win conditions here. But I have an Earthquake stored on GLISCOR, and I know that I will win the CMP tie against that G-Fisk. I just need to be careful with my energy here. I do not want to have to shield my Walrein here. But that's exactly what I'm going to do, because now I've committed to farming down and then dumping all this energy on the G-Fisk. So at that point, I recognized that that was my win condition as well. Go straight for the Earthquake here, and then I can go straight for the Earthquake on my GLISCOR, but they let it go. So that was another way to play that out, and it ended up winning us the game there. Trevenant in the lead. We love to see this here. They swap to Azumarill. We don't have an immediate response to this. We go into our own Azumarill. This was so... Oh, the reason that I did this is because I don't want my Azumarill stuck against the Trevenant, so I am not going to play for switch advantage here. I'm going to play for energy advantage, because GLISCOR and Walrein both can handle that Trevenant. So that's why I made this decision. Even though watching back it seems like a mistake, I just need to get this Azumarill low enough to where I can start hard farming with Walrein, because the bubble damage is resisted. And energy on Walrein goes everywhere. They end up swapping back into their Trevenant here, so I wonder if they have another response to my GLISCOR in the back. But I get the boost. It's time for GLISCOR to go off. It's time for GLISCOR to do something here. I shield up the Seed Bomb, and it is a G-Fisk in the back. Gonna go for a Night Slash bait here. And I do get a shield. That's really good for me. I'm at another Night Slash. Going to throw this here and see what they want to do. They have a lot of energy. They end up double shielding. And now I'm just going straight for Night Slash spam, which is kind of silly. But I want to see if I can boost again. And that does a nice chunk of damage there. I can no shield this Rock Slide. Oh, and then my iPhone storage is full in the middle of the battle. Somehow my phone still recorded this entire game by some miracle. They swap in the Azu. All I need to do is reach an Earthquake to get to that G-Fisk. I know that I will win the CMP tie, and they recognize that as well. Good game. One more battle in this video, everyone. Oh man, Altaria in the lead. We have two better responses in the back, so I end up banking a Night Slash and then going into my Azumarill. They respond with a Swampert, which if it's not running Sludge Wave is not necessarily the best response to Azumarill. So I'm wondering if I can either get switch advantage here or at least get a nice shield advantage. I'm going to build up to the Hydro Pump energy and then bait with Play Rough here. I do get a shield. Now I do throw this Play Rough before they get to another potential Earthquake, which is good. We don't get too greedy. They let that go through. And now I'm going to have switch advantage easily here. I let that go through. They're able to get to a last second Hydro Cannon. I should have shielded the Earthquake. So I have to go down a shield in this matchup. Not ideal, but they bring out a Sableye. Okay. Now I could potentially pivot into GLISCOR here, because I'm not able to reach another Play Rough. That farm down was brutal, but now I can safely align my GLISCOR to the Sableye. I just need to make sure they don't catch. So I just end up throwing the Night Slash here, and I'm going to go for double Night Slash, see what they want to do. They do not catch on their Altaria, thank goodness. I swap into my Walrein here. They have energy loaded on their Sableye. So I really need to throw this Weather Ball, because I'm going to lose the CMP tie. Well, throw this Icicle Spear. I know I'm going to lose the CMP tie. And then can I farm down? The Sableye has a move. Do I survive this foul play? Just barely, and we're able to win that game. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you appreciate the content. And I'll catch you all in the next video.